Hey, welcome to another Le Mans Ultimate Lap Guide, this time doing GT3 at the short layout of Sebring, again in the McLaren 720S GT3 EVO, and all brake bias and traction control setting adjustments were just on screen just then. For the first turn, we're looking for the end of this wall here, braking a car length, or maybe 2 to 3 car lengths before the end of that wall there. Not braking too hard, we're carrying quite a lot of speed in here, but trail braking in to the inside, coming as close as we can to the inside wall, and apexing maybe 2 to 3 car lengths before that black board on the fence there, where the cone is on the fence as well. Then getting back on throttle around the apex or just after, and then carrying our speed all the way to the outside, avoiding getting on the dirt. This is more important than the full layout because we've got to get back to the left side of the track for the next braking zone. We're braking alongside that 300 board on the left there, and then keeping all the way to the left side of the track. Now here you can actually go outside the white line for a better entry line, but there's a big bump in the braking zone which I didn't quite like, so I stuck within the white line, but give that a try. If you can get some more time out of doing that, then go for it. This turn you can actually cut over the grass a little bit just to slightly shorten your line, then carry your momentum to the outside of the track without getting onto the dirt on the left here, and it's all going to depend on how much speed you've carried in, but turn in just before you get to that service road, turn quite tight and hard, and not carry too much speed into this turn. You're going to apex right there all over the curb, but not the dirt this time. Starting to get back on throttle, but don't get on throttle too early because that'll easily throw you out wide onto the dirt right here, and if you get onto that dirt, it's going to cost you time because you're going to lose traction. So use all of the curb, but avoid getting onto the dirt there. The more you get on the dirt there, the more you're going to lose time because the more traction you're going to lose. Right, next braking point, we're looking for this 200 board here and braking alongside that 200 board. It's one board later than the full layout because we're obviously carrying less speed here. Now from this point forward, it's quite similar to the full layout. You're cutting this inside curb, carrying your speed over, trying to trail brake in and rotate around and over this curb, your right side wheels on the inside of that curb there. Now then carrying the car to the left side, we're going to put our left side wheels on the inside of this curb to slightly shorten our line and straighten us up for the braking zone right here. Put your left side wheels outside the white line to open up your entry line, and there's that black line that goes across the track that I marked out. Brake just after that one that I marked on screen, then beginning to trail brake to the inside. Again, you can cut a lot over this inside curb, right side wheels beyond the curb, and if you got your turn in point right, you should be able to get back on throttle at the apex, carry your speed all the way to the outside. Use all of that exit curb. Again, don't get onto the grass because you'll lose traction, potentially cost yourself a bit of time going down this back straight. Last turn, it's exactly the same as you'd take it on the full layout. We're looking for the final white line that goes across the track, which is alongside the 100 board right there. At that white line, or just a slight bit before that white line, we're going to begin to brake, aiming towards the middle of the track there. Not getting on the brakes too hard because we're carrying a lot of speed into this turn, and apexing not right next to the inside fence, but quite close to it, where I've got around where that green arrow is on screen there. And it is very bumpy into this braking zone, so you might get bumped offline a little bit. It's going to take some practice to nail your line through there, and if you slowed the car down enough, you should be able to get back on throttle just before you get to the bridge, then carry your speed all the way to the outside, and that's a lap at the short layout of Sebring. So I'm going to play through the whole lap again without any interruptions like I always do with these guides, and I will play through another pit entry guide at the end of this video. It's very slightly different to the full layout because you have to brake a little bit later. I'll see you at the end of the lap. Now onto the pit entry for the short layout of Sebring. You are going to brake later than you would in the full layout because you're carrying less speed into this turn. So we're getting on the right side of this white line here and then braking about 2 car lengths after that line starts. Keeping to the left as we start braking, not crossing that white line, and then bringing your right side wheels over this inside curb, quite similar to how you would normally take this turn. But this time remember to stay tight to the right because we're going to the pit lane. Don't get too early on throttle, keep it over the curb and then straighten up here, going more towards where that green arrow is, and then after we get to that point where the green arrow is, we're going to start lifting off throttle, turning in, and as we get to about where the apex is, we start bringing on the brakes, and as we straighten up, we get harder on the brakes until we're 60 km per hour at the line. And that white line you see right there where those cones are, try not to cut over that because I noticed that I was getting a cut warning when I put my wheels over that line. But anyway, that's the guide. I hope it's helped you out. I'm not too sure how commonly this combination will be run, but anyway, it's here if you need the help. So thank you for watching, and catch you guys again soon.